What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the tavern. I'm Spencer,
And I'm Eli.
and this is Bardic Blunders. And we got some interesting news these past few days. Um, Apparently, it is confirmed that there will be an Elden Ring movie, which is a little crazy, a lot of crazy. Uh,
I I just want to have one suggestion for this movie.
yes.
It's just let me solo her just beating all the bosses naked.
Naked? He wears the loincloth. Yeah, it's called Lord of the Rings.
That's
Okay.
really funny, group.
Let's see. Elden Ring movie confirmed to be a live action adaptation, which is very. How are you doing today, group? It's very. It makes me very skeptical. George R. R. Martin and Vince Gerardis will serve as producers, ensuring a faithful and compelling adaptation of the beloved game, brought to life under the direction of Hidetaka Miyazaki, and the mythology is crafted by George R. R. Martin. So, my question is, we have yet to see any of the other Dark Souls games adapted to really any sort of TV,
Medium.
movie, media other than the game and a comic, or
Oh, there's
more
a comic?
accurately, a manga. Yes.
I thought. Oh yeah, that's right. It's a graphic novel.
Yeah. What's up, Razor? So I don't know. This has me in a very mixed state of emotions about it, because if it's done well, it's probably going to be like The Witcher. Yeah. My question is, what do you do? What is it that they're doing? Are they following the Tarnished? Are they picking a lore point like the Night of Black Knives that happened prior to the actual events of the game to make the movie
Can we
about?
follow the bosses? Can
That
we follow the bosses?
I mean,
Where just one guy starts showing up and beating the shit out of him?
I hope they go the Minecraft movie route. Gosh, I might kill myself in game. Um, so that's my biggest question about it is what on earth are they gonna follow? Because
I
you
don't know.
you can't logically it's a game series that is so predicated on giving you as little story as it can directly and forcing you to go out of your way to find the story, which is why there's whole ass YouTube channels, Vodividya being the biggest one, that are dedicated to unearthing the lore of these games, looking at the flavor text of every single item in the game and figuring out the associations within the world. I want that romance side story starring one of them walking pots. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, baby. Give me that
Um
pot love.
oh, Alex Garland is the director.
Who the fuck is that?
He wrote the scripts for 28 Days Later and Sunshine. Yeah, so that's what, like, this article says. Elden Ring generally forgoes all conventional storytelling practice for a more environmental affair. Myths are told via item description, corpses talk of events past, and occasionally a huge tumorous creature will monologue at you before proceeding to bash your head in. So that's my question. It has to be something prior to the events of the game for it to really make sense. because to try and do something where it's just like, oh, it's Elden Ring in movie form, how the hell is that gonna work? Because half the movie would just be action sequences against different bosses. Which, if you only count the bosses you 100% have to beat, that's going to mean one of Godric, Renala, Rykard, and uh uh sorry, one of two of those three and General Radon. I think that's the
What about
five,
the
right?
giant horse guy that kept kicking my ass?
You mean the tree sentinel with the
Yeah.
golden armor? He's not a required fight.
What about the guy that you meet that you told me not to punch, who I immediately punched?
I mean, he greets you right as you walk out, but again, not required to fight. The whole movie is just characters reading descriptions. The whole movie is a character trying to finish some obscure quest line, looking up guides on Google on where to find the items. If that happened, I would actually be so down for the movie. That would be funny. But you have to fight one of
Also,
those.
isn't Elden Ring like super dark, like visually?
You mean like atmosphere wise dark or
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
thematics?
like yes, both of them. Like it's not a very bright video game.
In the overworld, it is because you have that giant ass golden tree illuminating everything. There are other sections where it's like when you're in the like Moog's palace where it's lit up by flame, but it is a lot darker. Um,
Can I apply to be a writer for this movie? Because I know nothing about the game.
sure, go for it. Um,
It
I think
still turn out better than the Minecraft
the
movie
thing is, gosh, yes, I would hope so. The thing
and
with
the Borderlands
Elden
movie.
Ring is it's got so many varied environments because you start the game in like kind of like a plains area, then you end up in a very lake area, then you're on a plateau, then you're venturing through a city, and then you're on a mountaintop, a snow capped mountaintop. You have an underground area.
Where's the swamp? Because that's where I got lost.
The swamp is in the first area.
Okay.
If that's where if where you're talking about is what I'm thinking of. It's either the first area or it's the second area, the Lakes of Liurnia, right after the castle.
No, no. Jack Black's got to be the maiden. My future ex-wife.
Melina?
Yeah, that one. Melania.
No, Melina. Melania is a different
Melania.
character. Melania is the boss that you fight near the end of the game. Melina is the one that helps you on your journey.
Why are their names so similar?
I don't know. You think that's bad? There's a base game boss called Renala, and there's a DLC boss called Relina. Let's just hope it doesn't end like the last George R.R. Martin adaptation. Gosh.
Which one was
that? Game of Thrones?
Nope. No, I don't think that was his last one because he did a space one
Oh, I have no idea then.
that Ryan Reynolds starred in and then died in the first like 10 minutes of the movie.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But I'm pretty sure Razor was referring to Game of Thrones. But yeah,
Okay.
So you okay? If even if we boiled it down to the minimum number of bosses you have to fight two of those four. There's a fifth one I'm missing because there's 7 shard bearers. There's those 4. There's Morgott. There's Melania. Who's the 7th one that I'm forgetting? Gosh dang it.
These.
Nuts. Um, I can't believe I blanked. Anyways, you have to beat
Not a real fan.
2 of the 5 accessible shard bearers. Mikola. Oh, yeah, okay. That's why I wasn't forgetting, because he's not a boss until the DLC. Alright. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you. So it is just the 4 of them. You have to beat 2 of the 4 of those, so that's minimum 2. Assuming they don't want to go beat all 4 of those. Minimum 2. Then you have to beat the Tree Sentinel to get into the capital. You have to beat Margit, or Morgott, more appropriately. Which, also, if you do beat Godric, you have to beat Margit first. So that would be 5 bosses. Then you have to go up to the mountaintop of the giants and beat the fire giant. That's 6. Then you have to beat Malekith. That's 7. You have to beat Gideon. 8. Then Godfrey / Horolu. 9. And then Radagon and the Elden Beast. So the minimum bosses that you can beat the game with is 10. Which means that's 10 separate action sequences that they'd have to choreograph. There is no freaking way they can build a movie around 10 boss fights. At least not a competent one. So it's gotta be something like this article mentions the Night of Black Knives. That would be probably their best route, because that's the biggest lore event that we don't know a whole lot about from the lore provided to us in the game. I really don't know what else they could do. But regardless, I hope it's good. I obviously it's Dark Souls adjacent. I hope for nothing but the best. But it's got me skeptical right now. Obviously, we're probably a couple years out from it. At minimum, I'd say like 2027. So there's still plenty of time. There's still plenty of time.
Maybe.
Ooh, this is an interesting suggestion. Someone says make the movie about Vike, who was a tarnished before the fall of before the shattering of the Elden Ring.
I don't know what any of those words you just said are, but you're a fucking nerd.
Shut up. Like, you can't tell me the entire plot of every single Star Trek series. I don't want to hear it. This also feels like one of those cases where the movie becomes one of the best movies ever released. Or it's a horrible, festering disaster. Like, there's no in between with this that I can see. It's either going to be incredibly remarkable and beloved by fans and non-fans alike, or it's going to be dumpster fire trash and everybody's going to hate it. So,
to answer your question, I can tell you The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. That's it.
all right, that's still more than I can tell anybody about. So it's also more than it takes to learn about the very baseline lore of Elden Ring that I have knowledge of.
Oh, yeah, sure. How many times have you played Elden Ring?
4.
That's more than I've watched of the Star Trek series.
Yeah, but the Star Trek series is how many episodes are... Star Trek The Next Generation. How many episodes are in Star Trek The Next Generation? 178 episodes.
There's filler episodes that you can just skip.
Did you?
I don't remember. Probably.
How many filler episodes are there?
Once again, I don't remember. I remember you can pretty much skip the entire first season.
Okay. You still spend all that time watching Star Trek and, might I add, researching as much as you could to learn about all the information for Star Trek.
Bullshit. I don't know anything about Star Trek, really.
We worked in a kitchen together as you were obsessing over it.
That was Narada.
No, it was Star Trek. When we were playing the Star Trek TTRPG. And you were like, I don't learn everything about Star Trek. And I was just like, I know who Spock and Kirk are. Like,
that makes a lot of sense that I would forget something like that.
Remember when there are still One Piece mega fans? Oh gosh, One Piece.
See, I haven't even dipped into that.
No, you haven't. But you act like I have this all-encompassing knowledge of the Elden Ring lore. I know the very base lore you get from the intro cutscene. When the intro cutscene is like, hey, the Elden Ring shattered and 7 different people took pieces of the Elden Ring. They're called the Shard Bearers. You fight all 7 of them. I had a stroke there, my bad. No worries, you gave me one too trying to read that.
Listen here. You train-sucking troglodyte. Could you tell me every bit of lore behind the Dark Souls and Bloodborne games?
No.
You could tell me a lot more than I could possibly ever learn.
How much could you tell me about the Warhammer lore?
What faction?
Exactly.
Because I don't know shit about the space commies.
I don't even know what you're referring to when you say the space commies. What does that mean? You're gonna act like I'm some freaking nerd for doing Elden Ring?
I'm sorry that I read fucking books.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's how you're gonna twist it. Alright, sure.
I'm sorry, I'm educated.
Let's say orc as an example. Yeah, how much do you know about the orcs, Eli? How about the
big
Chaos
guy
Space
named
Marines?
What group of Chaos Space Marines?
I have no idea! I didn't know there were different groups!
You have nothing to pick from!
Tell me about the Horus Heresy!
8 of the brothers got pissy with Papa and rebelled.
Like, was...
I don't know that much about the Horus Heresy because I've only read 2 of the books.
You and
Actually,
Alex...
wait. 4. I've read 5. Wait, 6. 6 of the books. I can tell you who started the Horus Heresy.
I don't know that
And I can tell you how it ended, except they retconned it like 4 times. And to answer your question, there's a really big dude named Gazskull, I think. He's the biggest orc ever.
sex books. Yeah, I was gonna say it slowly went from 2 to 6.
I read the first. Okay, to be honest with you, I read the first 4 books, and then I read another book that is in the time period of the Horus Heresy,
Oh my
but has
gosh.
nothing to do with the Horus Heresy. I swear you're an actual skit turned human. What's a skit?
You don't know what like oh my gosh, like a
Like a theatrical
like a
skit?
theatrical performance when they're doing improv on stage or something. Like a
Okay, that
Saturday
makes a
Night
lot of
Live
sense.
segment.
You know what? I
Gosh.
can't argue with that
Oh my
one.
goodness.
I thought you were trying to insult that I was like a skitterbug or something.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. How do you not know what a skit is?
I know what a skit is. I thought he was trying to insult me by referring to me as a bug.
Oh my gosh. Oh. That's the hardest I've laughed in a while.
I can't argue with that one, group.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Goodness.
Damn it,
dude.
Razor.
Scatterbrained. There's no way that could have gone better than you individually remembering every book that you've read. Can you tell me about the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Isn't that just Darth Jar Jar?
No. I think Plagueis is the one that ate planets, right? I'm gonna be real. For as much of a Star Wars fan as I am, I do not know a lot about the Legends stuff. Like Darth Plagueis, Darth Bane, any of those kind. I do not know about them.
I know who, like, Darth Bane is because I played KOTOR, but that's it.
See, I have KOTOR 1 and 2 on
You
Steam now,
should
actually.
actually stream that.
I have plans to. I should
think
have
you would
done that
really enjoy
instead of
those.
Skyrim for this week, but I think a Skyrim fist only playthrough will be funny. But yeah, I plan to play those, but yeah, there's a lot of the Legend stuff that I just don't know anything about. I know Starkiller's whole story because I played both of those games.
Yeah, I don't know his whole shtick.
I love Starkiller. Oh boy. But yes, anyways, Elden Ring movie could be good. I hope it is, but I just have no idea what they'll make the plot about, and that's until we start getting trailers for it, which obviously won't be coming until probably around this time next year at the earliest. I don't know. There's a lot of cool things they could do with it. I think the Night of Black Knives would probably be the best thing, just because, like I said, we get, oh, hey, this happened in the intro cutscene, and then there's like little things here and there throughout the game that don't really tell you what happened. You just get it's like, hey, these guys died during this night. That's it. We turn Eli's
Please don't turn that into a short.
I kind of want to, because that was really funny. Oh boy.
Now I want to go look at my Audible and see if there's any other. Because I know I own other books in the series, I just haven't read them or listened to them.
Oh boy. That was so funny. The escalation. was fantastic. I haven't made a short in a while. When was my last short? I think it was on Halloween when my power went out. And I was like, "Hey guys, stream is ending because
I have no power.
I have no power. My power went away."
Cash woke up.
Kitty Cash. Kitty Cash.
Kitty.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
But yes, anyways, so moving on. Your power came back on in Soda Stream. Yeah, it's just a power flash.
Okay. Cash, meow, meow for the fans. Meow for the fans. He's not meowing.
Of course not. The one before that was Doofus to Toofus during my Emerald Nuzlocke, where I had my Slowpoke, or was it Slowbro, right? I think it was Slowbro. No, it was Slowpoke. Slowpoke named Doofus, and then he died, and in the next area, I caught a Slow King, and I named him Toofus. Oh, boy. But I'm surprised Nintendo breaking consoles isn't on the list. Wait. Oh, gosh. Yes, I did see about that. Hold on. Yeah, we can segue into that real quick because that was kind of crazy. So this is from 2 weeks ago, but I mean, it's still worth talking. Yeah?
Cash just bit my nose.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, I will clear off your little city stand so you can sit over here with me.
I was so confused. I was looking at this article and it says update 10/05/25 and I was like, what? We're not in October yet. It's everywhere outside of America does it the other way. We do it 5/10/25, May 10th, 2025. Gosh, that took me a second. So, yeah, Nintendo reserves the right to, in its updated account agreement, it reserves the right to brick people's systems if you use it in a way they deem unsuitable, unauthorized. So
I can't say that because we're live on YouTube.
What were you going to say? What? I want to know just how close to the line you were going to get. Because I came pretty dang close with a joke I didn't make in Pokemon yesterday. The agreement.
I'm sending what I was about to say on.
I want to know. But yes, agreement for UK accounts now states digital products are, quote, licensed only for personal and non-commercial use, and that any, quote, unauthorized use of digital product may result in the digital product becoming unusable, end quote.
I'll pull your chair over.
No balls. You just have to change the one word.
Yeah.
You could say that. That's not even, dude, that's not even nearly as bad as what I almost said yesterday. This differs slightly from the US, which states, quote, "You acknowledge that if you fail to comply with the foregoing restrictions, Nintendo may render the Nintendo account services and or the applicable Nintendo device permanently unusable in whole or in part,"
There you go.
end quote. You know, when you put the asterisk to censor a letter, you're supposed to actually remove that letter, not just put it in the middle of the word. Oh boy.
I'll tell you exactly what that problem is, because I've been doing a lot more typing at night. In my head, it's just like, oh, I typed the word. And it was like, oh, I put the thing in there. I was like, okay, now I finished the word, but I typed the rest of the word because I just saw the first letter.
I'll do it all the time where if I'm writing and one word ends with a letter and the next word starts with a letter, sometimes I won't make a space and write the next letter, the letter again to start the next word. I'll just like write that word, the next word, just from the last letter of the previous word. I'll do that all the time. But
I also have the problem where I'll double space or I'll space in the middle of the word because my brain's ahead of me.
yeah.
So it's like letter space, letter space, letter, and I'm like, no, Eli, come on.
Oh boy. Yeah, no, the way you reacted to that joke, I was like, the way Group was like, Eli used the N-word, I'm like, my first thought was you were going to make a joke about Jews or something like that. You're like, oops, can't say that. I don't know why. That was the immediate thing. You were gonna make some horrible racist joke or something like that. Like, uh-oh.
I actually had a really funny moment at work the other day.
No, that's a kitchen. That cannot be on YouTube.
No, they were arguing over who was the most racist in the kitchen.
Okay.
And I was like, well, it definitely can't be me. And one of our kitchen members who is Hispanic origins turned around and goes, Eli, you're like the most racist one, except you're racist to your own people.
Jeez.
And I was like, yeah, but it's funny, so it's okay.
It's funny, so it's okay. But yeah, okay, I'll say the joke that I didn't say yesterday, because I came real close. You can tell when it is, because I have a very visceral reaction to it. Literally, the first black trainer that I fight in the game has a freaking cottony. No joke. Not even... I was like... Why Nintendo is the first black person in the game I'm running into have the cotton Pokemon? Oh, you want to explain
do you remember that
Nintendo?
time? Remember that time you and Tyler were streaming the game night thing that we did? And listening, and I was doing the doing the drawing, and everybody
freaks out. No. And I was just like, what? What is he doing?
No.
That's one people could go back and look at. That was really funny. Yeah, you can see me have such a reaction as I'm like, I'm not gonna make the joke. I can't say it. I can't will myself to say it. Oh boy, it's real early in yesterday's stream. I say real early, it might be like 40 minutes in, but still. Woof. Anyways, yeah. Nintendo says that it will brick Switch consoles if they detect hacking or piracy.
So not. P0RN.
If I have somebody loan me their Switch and I dump the files onto my computer and then dump the files from the games and play them on my computer without paying Nintendo a cent, I mean, there's nothing you can do there.
Hey, do you want to loan my
Allegedly.
Switch
Allegedly. That's the thing that keeps me out of legal trouble, right? Allegedly. Hypothetically.
No, you just don't say it.
Oh, no, you can say it as long as you say allegedly. You can allegedly dump the files for your Switch onto your computer. Allegedly. And then play games on it. Allegedly. Nintendo proceeds to break your PC.
That would be fucking hysterical.
Oh
Hey,
gosh.
do you want to borrow my Switch?
No. I mean, to play Pokemon legally, yes, of course. I will play Pokemon on your Switch, on my TV. Just as Miyamoto intended. I'm really skirting the line with some of these.
Yeah.
Like with my totally legit 3DS that I play Pokemon Moon on. Really fun so far, by the way. I'm really enjoying Pokemon Moon. But anyways, yeah. Nintendo sucks. What else is new? But what is a really interesting story that I've kind of seen develop over this past week is that so there was a bunch of people, I think it was last Thursday? Last Friday? It was sometime around then, like the 22nd or the 23rd. A bunch of people were talking about like, hey, we should hop back on Battlefront 2, the new one, not the OG, the was this, like 2020 release. I don't remember when that one. 21. But a bunch of people were like, "Hey, we should pop back on Battlefront 2." So the servers got a huge influx of people into last week. Now there's talk that the dev team wants to make Battlefront 3, and EA might be willing to make it because of the influx of people that came to Battlefront 2. Oh my gosh, it's from 2017. What? Wow, that's older than I thought it was.
Trusting things you read on the internet again.
Jeez, I just took a shot in the dark. I was like, oh yeah, that game's a few years old now. I didn't know it was 8 years old. Boy. Yeah, Battlefront 2 is at an all-time Steam peak 8 years after launch. Even mocked up a menu for a third game on their own. Wait, really? Oh, that's pretty sick. Yeah, I'll pull that image. No, don't save the image. Open it in a new tab. This is a fan-made image of 2017. Wasn't that long ago. No, I will not take criticism on that statement. In the grand scheme of things, no, but
That was the year we graduated high school.
yeah, shut up.
We were young and had dreams.
I'm still young and I still have dreams. They're just slowly being choked out under the crushing weight of inadequacy.
Of capitalism.
Oh boy, but yeah. So I I think that's if Star Wars fans just willed Battlefront 3 into existence, that'll be pretty dope. That like I mean, it's still an EA game, so there's always skepticism on it, but they did kind of eat their lunch with the last Battlefront, this game, because when it started back when Eli still
Group,
had hair.
I had less hair in 2017 than I do now.
No. Maybe for most of the year, but you did have the mohawk.
Yes, but I also didn't have a beard.
Oh, if you're talking about all hair, I kind of assume Group is referring to hair on your head, like the top of your head, not your face. Oh, geez Louise. My mic just imploded.
That's what you get for making fun of me.
Eli had his
I've
pubes and dreadlocks. That counts.
Okay, who said that?
Who do you think said that? Oh my gosh. Jeez. Good grief. But the last Battlefront 2, started with microtransactions with the loot crates. And people unanimously hated them, and they went, oh, let's take those out of the game. So, credit to EA, they actually did something smart and not greedy for once. But, yeah, I wouldn't mind. Battlefront 2 is so fun right now. I'm sure, because it's not a dead game anymore. Excuse me. How much is it?
$60.
40. Not worth it. If I still had my PS4, I would consider hopping back on it, but got a lot of interesting games on sale. Ooh, Rainbow Six Siege. Because I need another online game with kernel level anti-cheat that will make me yearn for the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, wait, Duck Detective, what?
You got sidetracked so hard.
I did get sidetracked so hard. I apologize. ADD. It's like 35 on Steam for Celebration Edition for Battlefront 2. Yeah, that's still a little bit too much for me. For a game that's 8 years old, I get there's an influx of people coming to it, but yeah, $39.99 for Celebration Edition. You've sunk way too much time into Rainbow Six Siege. I played Rainbow Six Siege for a little bit, but I fell off of
I
it.
used to play after work. And I got fairly decent at the game. And then I stopped playing. Because the person I was playing with stopped playing.
I stopped playing because I that is the only game I have ever played where your entire team can be a bunch of knuckle-dragging Neanderthals who all run in and die immediately, and then you get vote kicked for not clutching the 5v1. That happened to me twice, where I almost clutched a 5v1 and got killed on the last person. And the team's just like, oh, vote kick, this guy sucks, vote kick. I'm like, oh my gosh, suck both of my nuts, you morons. Like, this is the most infuriating experience. This is why I play mostly with friends. Yeah, it's a good idea. That's the only way to play online games, for real.
I remember when we had a full squad for Halo.
Yeah, and I still wanted it into my own life, in-game.
You weren't even the worst on our team.
No, but that game brings out severe suicidal tendencies in me.
Stop comparing it to League of Legends.
League of Legends, it's not even that. League is just like, I don't know. League is like a cocaine addiction. What's up, Ian? You finished Vox Machina today. Nice. Still haven't watched it. I probably should do that at some point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. It's animated now.
Yeah. What, you were just like, did you think he started the original Critical Role and just watched all the way through it?
I mean, to be fair, I've thought about going back and rewatching them, but then I'm like, I'm too lazy.
I had started watching, somebody had made the condensed.
Oh,
where
yeah.
It trims down each session into like 30 to 50 minutes. That is a lot more digestible than watching full, I mean, some of those sessions are 6 hours long.
Yep.
Gosh, like that's...
Some of our D&D sessions run 6 hours.
Yeah, but we're not rewatching our whole session.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, shut up. No, I didn't want you to make noise. Oops. Yeah, 3 hours, 2 hour, 2.5, 442, 309, 257. Yeah. So most of them are over 3 hours. There's a number over 4. That one's only 20 minutes. Oh, the story of Vox Machina. Okay.
Who's a goofy goofball?
The Vecna episode is 5 hours and 44 minutes. There is a total of 121 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, group, that's messed up. Oh boy. I'm frantically like, silence Matt Mercer. I did not want you to speak. Oh boy, I forgot YouTube on the browser. When you click on a playlist, auto plays the playlist. On the phone, it doesn't do that. You can look at the playlist without starting it.
Yep. I had that happen to me the other day.
Oh boy. But yeah, I need to watch. I want to watch the Vox Machina. I feel like that is a much more digestible way to watch the Critical Role story. Plus, I have seen all one Critical Role episode from campaign 1 all the way through, and that's Vecna Ascended.
I used to watch them live.
Yeah, I know. That like you were.
And I would stay up. I would stay up because they would stream it on Thursday nights. I would stay up Thursday nights, watch it, and then go to school after I finished watching it.
Yep.
Because they were in California and we're in Florida, and there's a 4-hour time difference.
Let me just subtly open a can of soda. Totally, you guys didn't hear that.
Nope, we didn't.
You might not have, because Discord might have cut it off, but... Okay, side note real quick. Dude, have you tried the Sprite tea yet?
No. It sounds gross. I'm not gonna drink it.
It's freaking delicious. It's so good, man. It's legitimately, like, might be my new favorite soda. But, anyways. What Sprite? Sprite plus tea. It's almost like making an Arnold Palmer, which is tea and lemonade, but instead of lemonade, you use lemon lime Sprite. It's freaking good. It's so good. Even zero sugar, which surprises me, because there are a lot of zero sugar sodas that are just like, not great. This one's freaking fantastic. Razor Bolt, that's a really funny... I don't drink sodas, so don't try and tempt me, you foul warlock. Part of the reason that's so funny is you spelled foul like bird. Foul. Like I'm a duck warlock.
I have a new D&D character.
Oh my gosh, that's an exact D&D character that's played in our group. Do you serve it hot like tea or cold like Sprite? Cold. Hot would be disgusting. It's fine.
You're supposed to boil
Dr.
Dr. Pepper, didn't you know?
What?
You're supposed to boil Dr. Pepper.
My grandmother is actually like, yeah, we used to drink hot Dr. Pepper. I'm like, that sounds like the most vile thing on the face of the planet. Why would you ruin a perfectly good Dr. Pepper by heating it up? Apparently it's like a Midwest thing, right?
Yes.
Hot Dr. Pepper?
It is a Midwest thing because that's where Dr. Pepper started, and it was originally done so they could make more sales during the winter time.
Yeah. Yep. This is a 1960s ad. Here's something truly different. Dr. Pepper, which is great as an icy cold soft drink, is also delicious served steaming hot. And hot Dr. Pepper, excuse me, so easy, so easy to prepare. Just heat Dr. Pepper or Diet Dr. Pepper in a saucepan till it steams. Then pour over thin slices of lemon. Hot Dr. Pepper. That's a hot idea. Is a foul warlock not just a Canadian goose?
It is. So is it time, Spencer?
Yeah, I think it's time. I think we've delayed enough. So we have an interesting little announcement to make that Purpat Power. Oh boy. So we have revamped the Minecraft realm a little bit. We started a new world again.
The old world is still there. We'll use it for other things.
The old world that I had my freaking tower to space and all that. We still have that one. We didn't delete that. But we have a new realm that we have a bunch of
same realm,
games.
just
what?
Don't confuse people. It's the same realm, so those who are already in the realm can log back in.
Okay, yeah, it is the same realm, but it's a new world where we have a bunch of mini games that we have built, and we were going to start doing where people can join the realm, and join in on the mini games. And it's like, obviously, certain number of people can be on the realm, so the max number of people we've had for any of these mini games is 8, because we're making the assumption we are not going to participate most of the time. We can if there's open slots and it's a game that's reasonable for us to participate in, but we probably won't be most of the time. But we have it open to anybody who's already joined the realm or is capable of joining the realm. And if you're interested, we got the Discord thing for the realm request. The first game that we have planned is just build your house. You have a week to build your house is pretty much it. And we will be judging creativity for the house building. So the way we wanted to do it is we wanted to check back in on this every week on Bardic Blunders. And have a new game.
We will announce the winner.
We'll announce the winner for the last game. If it's one that's like this one, we'll announce the winner for this game next week. And there are a couple others that are more mini game-esque, where it's like, everybody will get in the server at the same time. We'll have the mini game for however long it runs. Probably stream it, and then the winner is crowned the winner immediately for that mini game.
If you want to flip on to the what I shared in the Discord.
Oh, you mean you're sharing live? Okay, hold on.
Yeah. So people can see. I figured I would log in and give people.
Can I go full screen? That's pop out. That's full screen. Okay. There it is. This is the spawn. He wants to build a dirt cube, just in case that's the only entry. This is where everybody will spawn in, the community house.
The boundary is the island.
We got the boundary. And you'll see there is currently a decent skyline because we've been building a bunch of mini games prematurely. We'll figure
because we're
out
lazy.
What order we'll take on all these games in. But you want to show them our two houses?
Yes.
So these are the two houses we have built. The smaller one is Eli's, and mine is a tavern. Not even done in survival SMH, my head. Yeah, you know what? I don't want to lose my mind. But yeah, this whole area Eli's floating over right now is the boundary.
Yep.
As long as...
Eventually I will wall it off, but...
You want to let people build their stuff first.
Yeah, just in case somebody wants to spill over the edge a little bit.
Right. So, yeah. This time next week, or maybe if we want to give this one 2 weeks, just so more people can be made aware. Dang, Bardic Blunders in Minecraft episode 2. You have an even funnier idea? Oh, gosh. But yeah, this is what we've been cooking up. Use the whole island for one big house.
No, you guys are not in creative. You
No.
guys will be in survival.
Yeah, it will be a survival. And if we are to participate, we're also not judging our houses with your guys's. Let's make that clear right now. Ours are not included in this minigame. Ours are separate. we wanted to build our own houses, and I just chose to build a tavern. And it's like, hey, everybody, come on into the tavern. They use the whole island for one big house is funny, group. Yeah, no, I would not do that. I'm not I'm not an asshole. I would not expect people to compete with a build that was made in creative with their survival builds. Especially one that I built over several days in creative, which is probably the equivalent of several weeks in survival.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys need trees, and I'm not on, leave a sign. If so, just shoot a message. I'm gonna be probably hanging around the city for a bit.
That is,
I got some work to do.
I was gonna say that is one thing we were willing to provide. We have every single kind of tree at builder's disposal. All other kind of materials you will have to go gather yourself. We do have, I think, in the welcome
Community
chest,
center, you have a diamond pickaxe and a diamond axe and food that should last you as long
stack of steak.
as well as bell. Yeah, as well as beds. I'm waiting for everybody to start logging on and me to get booted off the server.
Let me mute Minecraft while I'm doing this. Yeah. So that's gonna help a ton. Yeah, we didn't want you starting from zero, but yeah, we the reason we don't want to give creative mode is because I don't trust the average person. It's not directed at anyone in particular, let me make that clear. But I know there are certain people who would be like, "Ooh, creative, let me destroy everything that's been made." And like the logo on the ground that's the bakery that I will switch to right now because I am fairly proud of this. I do not want somebody breaking this. This took me a while to build. So yeah, that's the only reason. And that is one of the rules we will have established. Anything within the boundaries of the downtown bakery is really funny. I like that. Thank you for putting that sign there.
Did you just realize I put that sign there?
I did not see that sign until just now. But one of the rules is that a full map scaled logo? Not quite. You can see over here, I started building a map wall. I haven't mapped out everything yet. But
But you can read it.
It's dang. I mean, it's the corner of a base map, yeah. But you can read it from the map. But yeah, this island right here is what. Stop spinning the. Stop it. Stop. This whole island right here is what you guys have to build on. Oh, you have to update the map around the nether portal too.
I thought I had already updated it.
Nope.
It's easier to do if you pop into survival. I learned that one the hard way.
Yes,
trying to update the maps at my house.
Because you just break every map in creative. But yeah, that's the new thing we've been working on. So
we've poured a lot of time into this.
We
surprisingly more than I originally thought we were going to.
Yeah, well, and I mean, I gotta give you full credit. This was your idea. But, yeah. We think this will be pretty fun. But what do you think? 2 weeks? I think 2 weeks is fair.
Nah, man.
For this one. Just because there are a lot of people who might join in on this who aren't in this stream right now. So
yeah. You probably want to throw a reminder into the Discord.
I
because
will put an announcement post in general as soon as we get off stream. But
because I will not do that.
Yeah, I know you won't. But yeah, we've been cooking this up for a bit. I'm really happy with how this turned out. A lot of the stuff we've built in here.
Why are you breaking my church?
No reason. So far, contestants from Streamer, you and Group. Yep, that's the only two we got right now. But we'll put out the announcement. Anyone who wants to join is free to.
Make sure to label your house on who you are, so we know who's.
Please, because we'll probably, if we don't stream it, we'll just record.
I was figuring we would just record it, and then you would post it up.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. But
and then with the mini games, I figure it'll also be recorded, just because it's probably gonna be either in a spare moment that we all have.
Yeah, I mean it might be recorded, it might be streamed. We'll see. We'll find a spot for it. We will.
Depends.
But yeah, we got a ton of fun mini games on here. Yeah, live reactions are fun. That's what I'm thinking. I just typically don't record things, so I'm fine with recording the like reaction to the builds, the judging. But if we can't put a stream in there, we can do that. But yeah, I'll be posting a announcement for this in the stream as well, or in the bakery as well, so anybody who was not in stream is aware. Yeah, the only places that are off limits are the downtown bakery. It's really funny.
Yep.
Which basically just means this area that the logo and all the mini games and our buildings are on. But everything else in this continent, free reign. But the contest starts now. So whenever you're able to get in and start building your house, start building. You got 2 weeks. So on Bardic Blunders 83 is the cutoff.
And then we will be announcing the next mini game.
Yep. So yeah, I'm excited for this. This will be fun. But I think that's all we got this time. You got your quote?
I'm pulling it up now. My phone's slow. I actually went and found a few quotes, so I got a few with the bank for the weeks to come. Because I'm a smart streamer. I don't have to look up things as needed. Or go find out the answer to puzzles. I've always liked quiet people. You never know if they're dancing in a daydream or they're carrying the weight of the world. John Green.
Nice. I might have done that before. I don't remember if I've done that quote before. I don't think I've repeated a quote yet, and I don't want to do it, so I'm skeptical to say that quote. I'll do this. The important thing is not how long you live. It's what you accomplish with your life. While I live, I want to shine. I want to prove that I exist. Groyvile from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
And to answer your question, yes, that is the same guy.
Famous face of Crash Course history. Love Crash Course. Yes, same guy. I survived because the fire inside me burned brighter than the fire around me. Joshua Graham. Love Joshua Graham. But yeah, that's all we got for today. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. I will be back tomorrow for a different game. I forgot again. I'm pretty sure tomorrow's Far Cry 3. If I remember correctly. Tomorrow is Far Cry 3. So, yep, I'll be back with Far Cry 3. I get to go a little bit later with streams this week because all my shifts are 4 hours. Woo! Less money. Yeah. I'll catch you all for Far Cry 3 tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night. Tally ho.
Tally ho.